evening, everyone, and welcome to the Caucus Meeting of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs Mayor and Council. Today is January 10th, 2018. It's 6:35 p.m. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Mayor Kranjak,
Here.
Councilpersons Aversa,
Present.
E. Park, here. O. McMorrow, here. M. Park,
Here.
Wu,
Here.
Borough Attorney,
Present.
Borough Administrator,
Here.
Superintendent of Public Works is here. Municipal Clerk. Everyone's present, Mayor, except Councilwoman O.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Could you please read the open public meeting fact statement?
Adequate notice of this meeting was given to the press and posted as required. Date and time of this meeting was legally given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. This notice is on file with the municipal clerk and posted on the bulletin board. Minutes of this meeting will be made available to the public upon the completion of typing and proofreading by the municipal clerk. Mayor, Councilwoman O just walked in.
Thank you. Welcome, Councilwoman O. Could I have a motion to open the meeting up to the public?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, so if there's anyone from the public that wishes to be heard, please raise your hand. Wait for me to acknowledge you. Come up to the microphone, state your name and address. This is not a question and answer session, so you get to say whatever you want. If there's a question in what you're saying, we'll note it and we'll try to get back to you if we can't get back to you tonight. It's up to us if we do that or not. Yes.
Mary O'Shea, 12 Irving Avenue. Just a comment regarding cars parked on the street during a snowstorm. I remarked about it last month at the council meeting in December. A similar situation arose this month with the snowstorm. Even though we were scheduled to have a very heavy snowstorm, cars were on the street. They were not asked to move. The plows plowed around them, and they remained there and called the police, asked the police that they should not be there. There's an ordinance that they shouldn't be there. So they did send a car down. They did tell people to put the cars in their driveways, which they did. Then there was another car parked. I saw the next day that the plow had plowed around, still covered with snow, still not moved. Did get a ticket ultimately, but I believe they're supposed to be ticketed and towed. They're not supposed to remain on the street as an impediment to the people that are trying to get around, okay? And, you know, this is a constant thing. I think the police department, Councilman Wu, police, and Councilman Park on the police committee, they need to direct the police officers about this ordinance, bring them up to date, make sure they know of it, because some of them seem to be unaware of it. And I believe that the DPW should contact the desk. They have radios in the truck. They should contact the police desk when they are plowing and there's a car in the street. Call the desk. The desk should send a car there, have the car ticketed or towed. Okay? It's an ongoing situation. It doesn't seem to resolve itself. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Steino, is there anything you want to add to that?
What we can do is do a reverse 911 before the storms and then remind the residents to please not park if you're interfering, and that if you do leave your car out there, we will take it in tow. So this way it gives them an opportunity to be reminded not to park on the street.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. O'Shea. Anybody else wishing to be heard? Yes.
Dave DiGregorio, 165 Charlotte Place. I'm glad this isn't a question and answer. It'll give us an opportunity to be more respected by the mayor, since he will not be commenting at all on what I'm saying. So I appreciate that, Mr. Mayor. That's really nice of you. First of all, congratulations to Ms. Park for your lawsuit. I saw that in the paper. I think it's high time that all council people get treated fairly and get the right information to make the right decisions, and I look forward to seeing what's in all these emails, and I think that's a wonderful occurrence. I had the great privilege of seeing your fantastic performance in your meeting, your first meeting, where you called out all of the police department. Actually, I requested for one of those blue signs to be on my lawn now as a result from your comments. What I really kind of took issue with is that, you know, if you had a problem with the police department and the salaries that they're making, that you go and do it the proper way, instead of publicly criticizing salaries, which are not really wholly way out of line. They're they're good salaries, and they deserve those salaries. I think that you should go and do what every other mayor before you has done, go to the negotiating table. And that's where that discussion needs to take place, not in public. I mean, this is not a way of leading. This is a way of being a cranky person. And I think that the public will probably agree when the next election comes up. And as far as the McMorrow gravy train, I would say that you really need to recuse yourself on all issues having to do with the police department. Just being fair, especially when you have litigation going on. So, thank you very much for the opportunity to talk, and thank you for being very respectful this time. I love it when you're silent, so that's really good. I think we're off to a good start for this year. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Just for the record, let it reflect that Mr. DiGregorio wants transparency with all emails, but he wants backroom deals for officer salaries, just like the last two mayors did. Yes. Yes, you don't have the floor, sir. No, you're out of order.
Excuse me, I thought that you weren't going to comment.
No, that's my comment, okay? We're analyzing what you said, which is you want all emails to be transparent, but you want negotiations to be very private in the back door, the back
You're
room.
putting words in my mouth, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
And don't use the
Words in my
word
mouth.
"we" because we're not agreeing with you, so
You
please
don't have
do not
the
use
floor.
"we."
Yes.
That's your opinion.
Lauren Eastwood, Four-Wheeler Drive. I'd like to point out that the same people who now are for transparency, 2 years ago were all in favor of Mayor Parisi's resolution restricting what council people could have, or at least certain council people could have. And two people sitting at this table voted in favor of that resolution,
Which two?
Councilwoman O and Councilman Aversa.
Thank you.
And I'd also like to point out that, well, Mr. DiGregorio, who is a member of a public employee union, may think that I believe the teachers' union, may think that the salaries are reasonable. I think it's outrageous that we have the second highest police salaries in the state of New Jersey in a low-crime community.
Thank you. Anybody else wishing to be heard? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is James King from 3 South Virginia Court. I just would like to make my own suggestion on the 800 Sylvan Avenue. Actually, we should negotiate and make peace so we can prevent the incident of the Mount Laurel case happen to us, because it affects you and I, everybody who are resident or owner of Englewood Cliffs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else wishing to be heard? Okay, I see no one. Do we have a motion to close the public portion? All in favor? Next up on our agenda is a closed session to discuss 3 matters. I have a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
All in favor?
Stay out here.
Madam Clerk, would you please read the closed session?
Sure. Could you tell me, please, who moved it? I didn't hear.
I seconded it.
It happened so fast.
Right. You moved it?
Yes.
Resolution 1832, closed session, whereas NJSA 10:4-12 allows for a public body to go into closed session during a public meeting, and whereas the mayor and council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs has deemed it necessary to go into closed session to discuss certain matters which are exempted from public. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs will go into closed session for the following reason as outlined in NJSA 10:4-12. Litigation, Ellen Park versus Borough of Englewood Cliffs, Michael McMorrow versus James Tracy versus the Borough, potential litigation, Fifth Street Special Improvement Assessment Ordinance. That's it, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. For the public's sake, this is when we go into closed session. These are litigation matters, and we have to invoke privilege and go into closed session. and we'll be back out in a little while.
Do you want Councilwoman Park to stay out, since we'll speak about that first in
You come
order?
in and leave or stay out, doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Yeah, so she will not join us.
Yes, and for the record, I am also recused, so I will stay out here. Ron Mondello, the attorney representing the borough, will handle that matter for the council.
Can I have a motion to come out of closed session, please? All in favor? We're going to have to go back into closed session on another matter. Can everybody, if you have a conversation, you can go outside, folks. Am I interrupting you guys? Thank you. We're going to have to go back into closed session, but to comply with the Open Public Meetings Act, so that no one in the audience decides they have to sue us because we didn't do this. We're going to do this. We need to go back in to discuss conflict planner. It's not on the agenda, we're adding it. We have a motion to do that.
Second.
All in favor? Madam Clerk, if you read the appropriate statement.
A new added to Resolution 1832, closed session, whereas NJSA 10:4-12 allows for a public body to go into closed session during a public meeting, and whereas the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs has deemed it necessary to go into closed session to discuss certain matters which are exempted from the public. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs will go into closed session for the following reasons as outlined in NJSA 10:4-12. Conflict planner.
Contract negotiation.
Under contract negotiations.
Thank you. We'll be back.
Don't you have to make a motion to do it?
We did.
We did.
Have a motion to come out of closed session, please.
Second.
Okay, we're getting towards the end of our caucus agenda. Is there anything else that anybody wants to discuss in caucus? Nash, you're misbehaving. Yeah, I do it to everyone, guys. Just calling balls and strikes. Okay, so is there anything else anyone wants to discuss caucus? Otherwise, let's adjourn the caucus and reconvene in a few minutes for the regular meeting.
Mayor.
Oh, we have to administratively remove 18-37, authorized request for legal representation by a witness. So I am administratively removing that from the agenda, from both caucus and regular meeting.
Point of order, and I apologize to everyone, I forgot to give you an additional name. Sorry, you gave to me yesterday, we're sorry, Billy Theodorakis. I can spell to you. He is the, remember you asked?
Alternate?
Yes,
So,
for the Recreation Advisory Board. I just got the name yesterday.
I had mentioned it the other day. Yeah.
Who wasn't appointed?
No, that was Ely.
That was Ely.
Okay.
So this person will be a
Alternate.
2-year alternate.
Yes.
On the Recreation Advisory Board.
Correct.
Theo. One name. D-O-R-A-K-I, as I have to say it's
Okay.
Billy, first name.
All right.
Thank you, sorry about that.
That's an appointment, right?
Yeah, that was the,
Yes.
I'll put that on the agenda.
thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn the caucus, please?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
They have a very nice board now. Yeah. You got that? Gave it to me yesterday.